Every time you drive, a hidden system works tirelessly beneath you. Most people focus on the engine or the paint, but the real unsung hero is your car's suspension, specifically the springs. These springs are the difference between a smooth ride and a jarring one. On your daily commute, you barely notice bumps or dips because your suspension springs are absorbing all that energy. Without them, every drive would feel like an off-road adventure. But it's not just about comfort. Your suspension is a critical safety system. It keeps your tires firmly on the road, giving you the grip to steer, brake, and accelerate safely. When you corner or brake hard, it's the suspension that keeps your car stable and in control. So let's pull back the curtain and explore the springs that make modern driving possible. From old-school leaf springs to high-tech air suspension, each has its own story. By the end, you'll have a new appreciation for that bounce in your car's step. You'll never look at a speed bump the same way again. Let's dive in. What does a suspension system actually do? It connects your wheels to the car's body and manages two big jobs. First, it keeps you from feeling every crack and pebble on the road, absorbing shocks for a smooth ride. Second, it keeps your tires in constant contact with the road, crucial for safety and control. If a wheel bounces up, you lose control of that corner of the car. A good suspension maximizes the tire's contact patch, giving you grip at all times. Think of it like your legs running on a rocky beach. They flex to keep you stable. The suspension is your car's knees and ankles, flexing to absorb impacts and maintain balance. Too soft, and the ride feels floaty. Too stiff, and you feel every bump. The perfect suspension finds the sweet spot between comfort and control. Springs are at the heart of this balancing act. They lead the dance between comfort and safety. That's the magic of suspension design. Let's zoom in on the core of the suspension, the springs. Springs store and release energy when you hit a bump. They compress, absorbing the impact, then expand to keep the wheel on the road. But springs don't work alone. They're paired with shock absorbers to control bouncing. The spring takes the hit, the shock absorber smooths it out. There are several types: leaf springs, coil springs, torsion bar springs, and air springs. Each is chosen based on the vehicle's needs, comfort, performance, or heavy-duty work. Knowing the basics helps you understand why different vehicles ride differently. It also empowers you as a car owner when it's time for repairs or upgrades. Let's start with the granddaddy, the leaf spring. Leaf springs are classic technology dating back to horse-drawn carriages. Stacking thin, flexible steel strips creates a spring that handles heavy loads and cushions bumps. The design is simple: a stack of curved steel leaves with the longest on top attached to the vehicle's frame and axle. When a wheel hits a bump, the spring flattens, absorbing energy, then returns to shape to keep the tire on the road. This robust, low-tech solution is still used today, especially in heavy-duty trucks and vans. Leaf springs excel at carrying weight, making them perfect for hauling and towing. They're not the smoothest, but their strength and durability are unmatched. That's why they remain the standard for tough jobs. Simple, strong, and reliable. Let's break down a typical leaf spring. The main leaf is the longest and forms the backbone, with loops at each end called spring eyes for attachment. One end is fixed, the other connects to a swinging shackle, allowing the spring to flex. Below the main leaf are shorter leaves, stacked to distribute stress and add flexibility. This layered design prevents snapping and allows controlled movement. A center bolt keeps the stack aligned and locates the axle. U-bolts clamp the spring to the axle, securing everything in place. Rebound clips prevent the leaves from fanning out during movement. Each part has a simple, crucial job: structure, flexibility, alignment, and security. No fluids, no electronics, just steel engineered for strength. That's why leaf springs have lasted over a century in heavy-duty vehicles. They're easy to understand, tough, and reliable. For work trucks and vans, nothing beats this straightforward design. It's a testament to mechanical simplicity. When you need strength, leaf springs deliver. That's why they're still on the road today. Coil springs are the modern standard for most cars and SUVs. Made from heavy-duty steel wound into a spiral, they compress and expand to absorb bumps. Positioned between the frame and suspension arm, they keep the ride smooth and the tires planted. Coil springs are always paired with shock absorbers for a controlled ride. Their big advantage is versatility. Engineers can easily tune them for comfort or performance. Stiffer coils mean sportier handling. Softer coils mean a cushier ride. They fit well in compact spaces and work in various suspension setups like McPherson struts and double wishbones. That's why they're found in everything from family sedans to sports cars. Coil springs balance comfort, handling, and cost for most drivers. They're the heart of today's smooth rides. Torsion bars are a clever alternative to coils and leafs. Instead of bending or compressing, a torsion bar twists to absorb impacts. One end is anchored to the frame, the other to a control arm. When the wheel moves, the bar twists, storing and releasing energy. Torsion bars are compact, saving vertical space, great for certain vehicle designs. They were popular in 4x4 trucks and SUVs, allowing independent front suspension and easy ride height adjustment. Stiffness can be tuned by changing the bar's thickness or length. Downsides? They can be heavier and sometimes interfere with other components. Ride quality isn't as refined as coils or air suspension, so they're less common today. Still, torsion bars are durable and adjustable, a unique solution for specific needs. They're a testament to smart engineering, not flashy but effective. That's the torsion bar. For ultimate comfort and versatility, there's air suspension. Instead of steel, it uses heavy-duty rubber airbags filled by an onboard compressor. The system adjusts air pressure in real time, adapting to speed, load, and road conditions. It can lower the car for better aerodynamics or raise it for rough roads. Air suspension delivers a supremely smooth ride and can stiffen up for sporty handling. You'll find it in luxury cars, premium SUVs, and commercial vehicles like buses and semis. It automatically maintains ride height no matter the load. The trade-off? Complexity and higher repair costs. But for those who want the smoothest, most adaptable ride, air suspension is hard to beat. It's comfort, redefined. Let's compare the four main spring types. Leaf springs are champions of heavy loads, simple, strong, but not the smoothest. Coil springs are versatile, balancing comfort, handling, and cost, ideal for most cars. Torsion bars save space and allow easy ride height adjustment, but are less refined. Air springs offer unmatched comfort and adaptability, but at a higher cost and complexity. Each spring has its strengths and best use case. Leaf springs for trucks and towing, coil springs for daily drivers and sporty cars, torsion bars for compact adjustable setups, air springs for luxury and commercial vehicles. There's no single best, just the right spring for the job. It's all about matching the spring to the vehicle's purpose. That's the art of suspension design. So, how do you know what's right for you? Usually your car's engineers have already made the choice. Family sedans get coil springs for comfort, work trucks get leaf springs for strength. If you modify or repair your suspension, match it to your needs. Haul heavy loads? Stick with leaf springs or add helper springs. Want a smoother ride? Consider coil conversions, but know you'll lose some hauling capacity. For commuters, coil or air suspension offers comfort. For sporty driving, look for stiffer coils. Maintenance matters too. Leaf and coil springs are affordable to replace, air suspension is costly. Choose based on your lifestyle, budget, and how you use your vehicle. The right suspension makes all the difference. From leaf springs to air springs, each type shapes your driving experience. They're not just hidden parts. They're the reason your ride is safe, stable, and comfortable. Next time you drive, notice how your car handles bumps and corners. That's your suspension at work. Understanding these systems helps you appreciate the engineering beneath your feet. So, here's to the unsung heroes. Your suspension springs, always working to keep you comfortable and in control.